Shout out to Caressa McKnight for sending me this story. And this is a much, I would say, well worth the wait update involving Keith Raniere. It seems that the saga involving him in the NXIVM organization is almost at an end, because this update just came through June 19th, 2019, that Keith Raniere, the sex cult leader of NXIVM, has been found guilty of trafficking and child pornography. Let's go ahead and read this article. A federal jury convicted a New York man on Wednesday on multiple charges of running a cult-like group that kept women as virtual sex prisoners to service him. It took the Brooklyn panel less than one full day to find Keith Raniere, age 58, guilty of racketeering, sex trafficking, and possession of child pornography in connection to NXIVM, a purported self-help organization that he ran near Albany. Within NXIVM, he created a secret sorority called DOS, in which female slaves turned over compromising materials that were used to blackmail and force them into sex. Raniere faces up to life behind bars. Let's cross our fingers and toes in hopes that he gets it. Several of Raniere's cohorts, such as Smallville actress Allison Mack, had already pleaded guilty. Mack, age 36, is facing up to 40 years in prison after she admitted to committing offenses that included extortion and forced labor in her role as a high-ranking member of NXIVM. Mack Group President Nancy Salzman, her daughter Lauren Salzman, the operation's longtime bookkeeper Kathy Russell, and Seagram Liquor heiress Claire Bronfman have all pled guilty to various charges. Jurors heard from multiple women who testified that they were the defendant's sex slaves and were branded with the initials of Raniere, who was called their supreme master. Lauren Salzman testified that she and her co-defendants brainwashed women and pushed them to be obedient. A written instruction for sorority members was, "You should be a hungry dog for your master," according to Lauren Salzman. The organization collected nude pictures and other compromising materials of female members and called it that would ensure their silence. One witness said she was told to seduce Raniere in 2015 and couldn't refuse because another woman who was her master had collected embarrassing material from her. The so-called collateral included a letter written to her parents where she falsely claimed she was a prostitute. "I had to do what my master said to do or my collateral will be released," the 32-year-old woman from England told jurors. Now, of course, you don't hear the violins and the music in the background. That's because I'm saving that for when we actually find out what he's going to get. Sure, they say he's going to face up to life behind bars, but that can mean just about anything. Until we actually hear the sentence, then that's when you'll get all the pomp and circumstance from me. Now, I was curious, even though this article was more focused on him, I was curious about the other ones involved, especially Allison Mack. And they said she faces up to 40 years in prison. We'll see if she actually receives that. But one good thing is the man has been found guilty, because a lot of people were skeptical of whether or not he was going to or if he wasn't. But believe it or not, if you go back and look at my videos talking about this case, and especially when I was focusing more on him, I said it's too much evidence, and his cohorts all pretty much testified against him. And they all pleaded guilty, which means they pretty much admitted to guilt, and that didn't stand up well for him. So I said that there was no way he was going to walk away from this scot-free, and I'm actually shocked that I was correct. I'm actually shocked that I was right. So the next update that'll come will be the one where they say how much he's going to get as far as time served behind bars. All we can hope is that he gets the full sentence, and hopefully is life behind bars without the possibility of parole. Y'all let me know what you think about this update down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.